All systems go. Cleared for takeoff.
What's up, everybody? We're back. Richie Smalls, you guys in the draft already. We are waiting for 7 people. So, yes, we are queued up in the fast draft. Join right now, Richie Smalls. Whoever's out there wants to join us in the fast draft. Still some spots available. This is brought to you by Drafters, which we are drafting on right here. Use that promo code if you do not have an account. If you have not signed up yet, use that promo code SHIPIT right there. They will match 100%, $20 all the way up to $100. You put 100 in, they give you $100. $20 is the big contest. That's what we're going to be drafting in right now. But they also have a $3 contest, $30K up top too. So if you want to do a bunch of different drafts, definitely mix in those $3. You just want those 20 drafts, that works too. And look at that, Marley, from our first show all the way until now, people are joining. You love to see that. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. Love to see it. Yeah, our first draft, it took us like 15 minutes to fill it. Now it's taking like 15 seconds. So love to see it.
Baby.
We like to see in here.
J-Jets, number 1. Hold on. I'll be right back. I got to throw the jersey on.
I like it. Yeah, I had a one last night. I did a draft probably 10 p.m. last night Eastern time, and I had number 1. It was one of my favorite drafts I've done so far this year. So can't complain with that. JJ at number 1 anytime. I'll go ahead and put that I'm already here, but I don't think that ever has worked so far. I'm 3. I don't love 3, but we had a Cup injury yesterday. He had a little hammy pull, so I'm kind of nervous at taking Cup 3 now. Maybe I change it up, go Hill or CMC because I am a little bit overweight to Cup. But man, these training camp injuries are getting a little scary already. Tim Patrick, torn Achilles 2 years in a row. I've bit the bullet on that one. But yeah, I feel good about your number 1. You don't want to let him slide to number 3?
Yeah, I'm good. I am good on that. But yeah, you've been talking about some injuries. Definitely has been a little rough. I know you had a good amount of Tim Patrick. How much time do we have left? 27 seconds. Cool. Thankfully I didn't have too much. The Cup injury, that one looks a little better. That one, I think he should be fine week 1, maybe week 2. Jonathan Taylor still an unknown there. Yeah, Tim Patrick though, that stinks. Hey, that's a risk you take though. We draft early before training camp. We do take those risks for injury. Also can be ADP that way. But yeah, first pick, feels nice to get on a live show. My man J-Jets had to do it. Always have to do it.
I'm going with it. I'm going Cup.
There you go.
He's my 3. I feel like this is the time. If you're going to pull a hammy, this is the time. You're not forcing a game in 2 weeks where you pull it again. Just relax, come back week 1. Hopefully he's good to go. If not, I'm sure it's only going to be a week or 2, but the hammies are just like ongoing things when players think that they're ready and they're not. That's when it kills me. Like last year I had a lot of Keenan Allen and he didn't even play the first half of the season because of hammies. So a little bit worried about that here, but I still like Cooper Kupp a lot this year, so I want to get my exposure.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you there. Let's see who else we got in the draft. Richie Smalls says he's at 7. I'm the great. He's been in here a lot. He's a 9. Our man Hamwich, huge night in the MLB streets yesterday. If you use Hamwich's core, could not miss there. Beetle Bane, I recognize that name. He's in the Discord, so he's in the 5 spots or the 6 spot, excuse me. Anyone out there, if you're in this draft, let us know where you are drafting from. It's going on -150. Hey, if you Cesar Martinez, what's up, my man? Any of you guys in the draft, again, let us know where you are picking. But a couple bodies, familiar faces in this one for sure.
Richie's first drafters draft. You love to see it.
Love to see that, Richie. Yeah, nothing next to his name right there. Another first, we might in the 2 spot too. Oh, yeah. I don't know. That might be a member as well. So, again, if you're drafting, let us know. Any questions you guys have, drop them in the YouTube chat. It's nice seeing videos on Twitter get you a little excited for some football coming up. Calvin Ridley, his ADP been flying up just from pretty much that one video comparing Zay Jones to Ridley on a route. But man, a lot of hype coming out of him at camp. It's fun time. Fun time.
With Taylor falling and Ridley rising, I almost like just taking Ridley even with that negative value, because I still have him in the 30s in a lot of drafts, but it's not big enough move where you're at a big disadvantage getting him like 6 picks earlier or something like that. So I'm kind of going along with it. I like these receivers earlier, and Ridley falls right in that range. If I'm not getting him, it turns out to be Keenan Allen a lot of the times.
Yeah, I always love myself Keenan. You got to stay healthy. It's always a concern, but man, full point PPR, target monster, always open, kill zone, can kill man. Yeah, I always love myself Keenan. That offense, Chargers offense in general, going to be explosive.
Yeah, and I will say rankings do not reflect any of the training camp stuff yet. It should be updated tomorrow. So if you're drafting today, I would just go off ADP, and then hopefully we'll have that up within the next 24 hours.
Cool. How many drafts you got in here right now? It says number 20. I know you got a lot on Underdog right now.
Yeah, Underdog. I think I'm 102 into BBM4. So I'm trying to take a little bit. I'm ahead of where I wanted to be. I was kind of hoping to be about halfway done entering August. So I'm trying to slow down a little bit, get all these training camp injuries out of the way. But we'll see. I gotta try and do like one a day so I can get on the treadmill, because as soon as these best ball drafts are done, I'm not going to be on the treadmill for 40 minutes.
I love that. I love it. Richie's got 77 DK. Love to see that. Oh, I didn't even realize I got so many slow drafts going. I didn't know it was 101 right now. Got a bunch queued up. So it's fun time for sure.
I'm going to take Olave. I was thinking about Higgins and then maybe sniping Burrow from the Chase guy later, but I'll let him have him.
I feel like some Olave, T. Higgins right there with Chase.
All right, what are you thinking here?
I think I'm going to go down 2 positions right here. Go Mahomes, Mark Andrews.
I like it. I have so much Mark Andrews. I think I'm like 19% on Underdog. I don't know what I have on here yet.
Yeah, I love me some Mark Andrews. I like of course I mix up a bunch of builds, but I definitely like the strong tight end, strong quarterback. I'm only really going to draft 2 quarterbacks. I'm only going to draft 2 tight ends. That pretty much already tells me a roster construction way I'm going to go right here. So running backs, receivers, I'll be loading up on the next picks.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna go with Keenan Allen. I'd usually do like a Metcalf there, or I'd even be fine with a Ridley. But if I get Metcalf, a lot of the times I'm going Geno, and I already can wait on my quarterbacks having Kupp and Olave, so I don't really care if I get Herbert here. But I'm really high on the Chargers offense, so I want Allen. If I'm not getting Allen, I want Mike Williams. If I'm not getting Mike Williams, I want Quentin Johnson. I'm not getting as much Eckler as I would like, but I might start picking that up just because I don't want to be too underweight to Eckler. He's basically CMC light.
Oh, I always love Austin Eckler for sure. I mean, like you said, though, there's so many good pieces in that offense in multiple different rounds. You got Eckler number 1, Keenan in round 3, you got Mike usually in 4, Quentin's in 7, something like that. So Herbert's going in 5, 6, mainly 5. But yeah, you have so many rounds you can grab a piece of that offense. I like what you said right there. You have Kupp, so you can go Stafford late. You have Olave, you can go Dalton late. You already have your guys, not Andy Dalton, Derek Carr is what I meant. But you can go Herbert. You have multiple quarterbacks right there that you can pair with your top wide receiver picks. So always think ahead. It's very important in this draft, and that's what stuck out to what Marley just said.
Yeah, and I mean, I might end up getting Herbert too, just because I love that offense so much. But I'm fine getting an Allen. I'm fine getting Williams and then not getting Herbert just because he goes so early. But if Williams falls to 46, then you better believe I'm trying to get Herbert at 51.
For sure.
I also have a lot of Everett. He's probably a top 5 or 6 tight end for me this year so far.
I like Everett for sure. I get him late. Yeah, good call there. Joshua Kelly, really, really late. I mean, Chargers have shown they're not going to pound Eckler into the ground. They want him available late. I mean, he's ripped as all can be, but small. You don't want him taking all the hits. It's pretty evident that's the only really. I mean, if Eckler got the Derrick Henry type usage and Nick Chubb type usage, you can argue he's number 2, number 3, like for sure. I mean, Josh Kelly's going to be involved. So that's another late round running back. Something happens, Eckler, whatever. You get a guy like that, step into a great offense, going to put up points. I've taken some of him really, really late too. See what Hamwish got going. All right, Hamwich. I like it.
Going for that Detroit stack. I dig it.
Richie Smalls on the clock, 3 receivers. What's he about to do?
Ooh. Taking the whole clock. I like it. It's an important decision. Oh, yeah. And last week after we finished, I had that issue with the draft button during our draft. So I'd have to queue people up, and drafters sent me an email like right away saying that they fixed the issue because they were watching. So thank you, drafters. Appreciate that.
Yeah, shout out drafters for sure. It's Zach from drafters was on a call with them yesterday. So they updated their whole new app. They changed they listened, which is really cool. They changed where the auto pick button is on the mobile. People were accidentally clicking that and it was messing up. So they changed it under queue. They're going to actually, how you can see on the desktop right here, the whole big board, you're going to be able to see that on the mobile as well. They are putting that in as well. They made the boxes a little bigger. You're going to be able to slide. People like the slide feature. That's coming as well. So drafters definitely listens to all of these. Anything recommendations, anything that you notice, you can hit me up. Like I said, I talked to him yesterday. Very cool guys. And they listen for changes. They always want to improve, which is cool.
I had to take Mixon there. I figured this guy would go Mixon and then still grab Burrow. So I wanted to get Mixon because I don't think him taking Herbert is a threat at all. This guy has Mahomes. I feel like Herbert should make it back to me at 51 here.
Yeah, I'm not going to take him from you. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, you're one.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's like Hawks right there.
101 in.
I'm going to go Drake London for sure. And now looking at running back. Trying to think of who else I already have too. Do I go? I'll go Madison, get him with Justin Jefferson, get a little more of that Minnesota offense.
I like it. My number 1 highest exposed player in all of best ball. I wish I got him more in like the hundreds or whatever he was going in, but I still like him a lot.
Trading goes, I'm at the 8th spot. You think this contest will fill before the start of the season? I don't. Last year it overlaid a good amount, 43,000 of 58 last year. This year I think we'll see some overlay again.
Yeah, we're not even 20% full.
No, it's like 19,000 out of 110. I think it's going to fill up more than what people are predicting or what they're saying right now. People are going to see the over. I mean, it was last year too. There's people like me that didn't even know what drafters was until I see a tweet. August, I had 0 drafts. The next thing you know, I saw plenty of people come in and hammer a bunch of drafts. So I think it'll fill up more than maybe people think, but it still won't. I don't think it'll get to the 100,000s. Might not even get to the 90,000s. I'd be surprised if there was an overlay.
Yeah, I would agree. It's going to be tough to fill it, but we'll see if it does fill it. It just means that best ball is getting huge.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely getting huge. I mean, regardless, we'll see. We'll definitely see trading. You got Herbert with your Keenan stack, nice.
Yeah, if there was somebody else around there, like if you left Madison or Walker, I would have been fine with that too, and just looked for one of these later quarterbacks. But man, anytime I can stack up that Chargers offense, I'm all about it. And I'm cool getting Quentin Johnson and or Everett later in the draft, but I'm not going to make it a point. I'm not going to reach around for him or anything. So if they fall to me, you better believe I'll be stacking up that Chargers even more.
Yep. Yeah, I did see Madison. He did limp off the field yesterday too.
Yeah, probably nothing big.
Yeah. he came back out there. He watched the team finish practice, limping. I mean, didn't go to the X-rays, didn't get carded, nothing like that. Still over a month. So
Yeah, my heart skipped a beat, but I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, like Kenneth Walker and Chardonnay too for Seattle. Yeah. Still expecting them to play week 1. So really the big one that puts a damper in your team, Tim Patrick. If you got him, and I had a decent amount on draft. Nothing like you. I saw your exposure. That hurtful for sure, but he's the one. Give a boost, little bump to Courtland Sutton, little bump to Judy, Dulcich.
And a lot of my Patrick was the final round, a couple months ago. So it's not going to kill me too much because I draft a lot of 8 and 9 wide receiver teams where I think I could just make up for it, hopefully. But it did make me raise all the other Broncos quarterbacks up just a little bit in the rankings. I'm very high on Judy. I'm starting to get as much Judy as I can. And then Sutton, I'm not high on at all because I was thinking Patrick might end up taking his job. But now that Sutton looks like he's going to be on the field a lot, I think we got to bump him a little up. And then Mims, he's still kind of falling with Patrick out. Mims has not been jumping up in drafts, so I feel like I'm going to start getting him a lot more if I don't get a Judy or Sutton earlier.
Yeah, no, that's a good call for sure. I like if Mims is there, yeah. I don't have much right now because of the Tim Patrick. Now though, I just queued up a lot of slow drafts since I got back on Monday, so I haven't really got to where Mims is in the draft. But that's good information that he hasn't changed. Big Marley back on the clock.
Man. What do I do? You know what? I'm gonna take Pitts. I think I'm underweight on Pitts. I love the talent. Don't love, the talent throwing to him, but we'll see. Maybe Ritter can be something. I just haven't seen enough of him to be sold, but maybe this is the year that he sells me. Going with more Minnesota here? How we?
Yeah, I'm debating. That's what I was debating, but I don't think I'm going to get Cousins, so I'm not sure if I want to go all in Minnesota.
True.
I'm going to decide against it, but I was debating. If it was another site, maybe. But with the cumulative scoring, so I went Pittman there. Now need running back. I'll go with Javonte. The longer in the year, the more Javonte I think will get the work. So explosive. Don't really have too much of him as well. So
I was thinking I'd get Pittman or Pickens if they fell to me. Since they didn't, I'll just keep loading up on this Charger stack. I think if Williams goes down, Johnson probably just replaces him. But hopefully Williams doesn't go down because I think I have like 24% Williams. So.
Yeah.
All in on the Chargers offense. I think they'll be possibly the highest paced offense in the league.
Yeah, one piece of prize, one bit. I think Baltimore might play a little faster. Miami plays fast. What's up, Coolin? Does that work? You missed it. You'll get in next week. So I got some drafts going on, but yeah, I know you were in the last one.
Yeah, and I plan on I'll do some more drafts off stream, but I'll tag the Discord if you guys want to draft with me when I start hopping in them. I put in the Discord last night. There were like 4 spots left, and it filled immediately, though. So these things are starting to fill a lot quicker.
Yeah, no.
I don't think anyone in our Discord even got in there, so I had to delete it real quick.
Yeah, no, this, like we say, people are going to start seeing overlays, seeing how much is full, and a lot of people wait too. If not many, I shouldn't say not many, but definitely in the minority, people 150 these drafts right here. So a lot of people want to save their drafts for August when they do know the news. If you're only drafting 20 teams, not everyone likes to do it in July when 2 or 3 year teams can be dead, right? Not stone cold dead, but you don't want to see an injury. It feels a lot better to go into week 1 with all players at least healthy. Drafting in August gives you a lot better chance to do that. So I think a lot more people for sure, for that reason, for seeing the overlay, all of that, these drafts the number will start flying up from how it has been. But I still would be surprised if it filled or even covered overlay.
Yeah, and they got this August draft challenge where if you draft 5+ teams, you receive a $10 pick'em ticket. If you draft 10+ teams, you get a $20 millionaire ticket plus a $10 pick'em, and so on. 20+ teams, 30+ teams. So start loading up this month. Get your little freebie there.
I was wondering when they were going to do that because last year that also helped me decide to do all that. Like at the end of the day, yeah, 320. I think they gave away. I think I got like 15, 20 tickets last year during their promo when they started doing that. But I did it all July or in August. This year I was wondering, like, can I email them? Like, but I haven't seen any promo. Now it comes out, and sure enough.
I think they might have had a July one too. I don't remember what it was. I didn't get enough drafts in for me to
maybe
do it.
I'm gonna email them after this and see what because I mean I should have some, but I didn't email like I did last year. But yes, definitely take advantage of that promo right there. Free tickets, cannot complain there. Hamwich, like what you got going.
Yeah, and they got MMA pick'em too. So slide in the MMA Discord. We'll try and help you out.
Yep. I haven't looked too much, but now that I know they have it, I'll see what's there. I get enough down in DFS where that's where I prefer, but
yeah, I didn't even know they had it until last week, so I'm gonna start looking at it now.
There you go.
Coming up. All right.
That is correct trading.
How much Treylon Burks do you have?
Probably like 7%, something like that, 8%.
Yeah, I'm closer to 0 than I am 7. I don't know how much I have, but damn, I don't know what to do here. You know what? I'm gonna take Pacheco. Give me a running back on 2 of the best offenses. Mixon, Pacheco. We'll see if they have a full-time workload or not, but I love the offenses. All right, what are you looking at here?
So right now I'm debating if I want to go both Denver backs and lock up the whole backfield, which I do think I am going to decide to do.
Oh. Gibson, Piran. A 1-4-3-1 start.
Yeah, not something I've done very often, but that's why I like doing all these. You get different allocations, different roster constructions.
I'm going to take Dalvin Cook since I have 2 others. I don't even need him to start, but I think there's a lot of upside with Cook. If he's still got some juice left in the tank, which I think he does, man, there could be – if he's the starting running back for the Jets, well, I like that a lot. So we'll see where he goes, but I think there's a lot of upside, especially in round 9.
I mean, if he comes in, though, like he ain't taking Brees. Like, you think it'll be 50-50? You think it's –
I think it would start off with Cook being the guy, and then they ease Brees back in just because of the injury. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm weary of these ACL guys from last year, so I don't have a lot of any of them. Yeah. But yeah, I think the talent of Brees Hall is probably going to be better, if not already better, than Cook. So the later the season goes, I could see him shifting to Brees Hall being the guy. So maybe in like an Underdog or DraftKings where week 17 matters. That's more where I'm interested in them. But I have a lot of Cook. I probably have I might be approaching 20%. I would say I'm in between 15 and 20% throughout all the sites.
Yeah. No, that you definitely could be right. I mean, a 1-2 punch, 50, something like that. I do think, the later it goes, probably a little more Brees. But I mean, Dalvin's such a stud still. And right there, like you were talking, like my thought process going P. Ryan and Javonte, it's just, I'm thinking every single week, Denver, I'm going to get something from, I can use one of them almost every single week. And P. Ryan, I think, is going to start like early in the year, kind of like you're saying. I think Broncos probably ease back in Javonte a little bit. P. Ryan gets more of the work. The later it goes, maybe it's 65-35 Javonte. Pretty much, I want anyone to be the workhorse. 50-50 would be the worst case scenario for me, but it's more of a floor, and you do get those spike week ceilings. And if one of them do go down, they're going to crush ADP. So some teams I have like that. Some drafts I would skip on that, but that's my thought process there. I don't mind that.
Yeah, this is the site to do it on. I wouldn't do it on an Underdog where week 17 is all that matters because you're probably not getting both of them to start that week.
Burning a spot.
But in 17 weeks, as long as they both contribute, you're going to get your spike weeks from both of them. So I'm cool with that on this site, and I've been doing it with the Bills guys. I don't know if I've done it with the Seattle guys yet, especially now that they're injured. I don't know that I will, but I have a ton of Walker and Charbonnet, so I wouldn't be against it with those guys. Any backs where there's 2 of them where I'm heavily exposed to both, I'd be absolutely cool with it.
Yep, for sure.
And I'd be fine getting CEH later now that I have Pacheco. I think I'm over 20% CEH, so wouldn't it wouldn't be too bad if Pacheco didn't even get the starting job when the season starts, because I got a lot of 20th round CEH that would help me a lot more.
I did hear rumors JT and the Chiefs.
Oh man, I can see that too. That'd be dangerous.
Yeah, that'd throw a lot of I mean, I got a bunch of McKinnon in the big board that got some Pacheco. That would definitely throw a whole wrench into
I think
that situation.
at least with McKinnon, you'd still be somewhat okay.
Oh, he's gonna get yeah,
because he's gonna be catching the passes. Ooh, what do I do here? 1, 3, 4, 1. All right. Man, I'm trying to like stop picking Damian Harris because I get him in every single draft, but he keeps falling to me where he's at the top of the board in every single draft. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. And when I get Cook as well, I just want to have the running back on the Bills. I don't really care which one it is. I have more than 8% of both of them. So as long as the running back gets more touches than they have in the past couple of years, I feel like I'm golden on there.
Yeah, like it for sure. Receiver. Tyler Boyd, Zay Jones, 2 guys that'll be on the field. Majority of snaps and good offenses. Won't be double
I would have taken either one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go Rashee Rice. Just Chiefs. I love the Chiefs offense. I got Pacheco, Rice now. I'd be fine getting a third one too. I don't need Mahomes to have his pass weapons. They're still going to get theirs. But I'm just heavy on Rice. He's my highest owned Chiefs wide receiver. And now that Tony is starting to fall, I'm absolutely interested, around 100. And if I'm not getting either of them, I'm getting MVS in around 150. So in almost all of my drafts, I feel like I come away with one Chiefs player.
Yeah, I mean, it's an elite team to do it, no doubt about that.
Yeah, if all these teams that are supposed to be elite end up sucking, then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
That's a nice thing about football. It's pretty when the Bengals, the Chiefs. I mean, if they're not injured, the Eagles. It's pretty hard to see team Baltimore, at least fantasy wise. I mean, even wins too. It's hard to see these teams fail. If they're trailing a lot of games, I mean, that's even the more nuts. So yeah, load up on good teams. I really love the Vikings this year for fantasy in the dome. So many weapons. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Grant has 6 running backs already. Sheesh.
Not
First
something
4
I
picks
do.
running backs. I don't think I've done that yet.
No.
I'm liking how my team's turning out, though. It's a good start. Yeah, I was saying when you went to go put your jersey on, I did one late last night where I had the number 1 pick. Might have been my favorite draft I've done across all sites so far.
Yeah.
I think it actually pans out, but I loved it on paper.
Yeah. How many first pick? Obviously, you don't know off the top of your head, but like I feel like lately I've been getting decent amount of first round picks. What first picks? What about you? Not often.
Probably right around 8%, right around 8%. Where I should be. Yeah, I'm not getting it too often. Last year, I felt like there were times where I would get the first pick 4 drafts in a row or something.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling this year. Like a slow drafts, I keep pulling them up, and it's like first, second, first.
I'd be absolutely cool with that.
Yeah.
I haven't had it as much, and I've had even less second because I think I'm only at like 6% chase, and I'm getting him at second every time unless JJ falls.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And JJ doesn't fall often.
No. Yeah, I definitely like your team right now. I got that. Got the stacks going. Round 12. Yeah, any questions, drop them in chat. We do appreciate that like button too. If you're watching live, you're watching replay, like button helps us out a ton. And hit that subscribe button. Got baseball coming up in 2 hours as well. Another great day for SHIPIT Nation members. The Cubbies got the job done yesterday, so another good slate. Early baseball going on right now too.
All right, I'll take Van Jefferson. I was going to go Higbee, pair him up with Kupp, but that's kind of how it usually goes. It's hard to get Van Jefferson and Higbee on the same team. If I have Kupp, I usually just try to get one of the two.
Definitely makes sense. Let's see. Definitely going my guy Scantling to pair with Mahomes. And then I'll go Thielen. Him and Bryce Young, Thielen, Chark have had some good reports to start camp as well. I got a good amount of those Carolina guys.
I don't have a whole lot, but especially Thielen, man. He's just a guy that I'm not getting a whole lot of these old wide receivers. But when they fall, like he's a guy who I've seen fall like 30 picks. So I have a lot of ADP value on him at least.
Yeah.
Not a lot, I should say, but some. I went Stafford. Now I feel like I'm good at quarterback. Just having
pairing with Cup and Jefferson.
Herbert. Yeah. Got my double stacks on both of them. Herbert paired with Allen and Johnston. Then we got Stafford with Cup and Van Jefferson.
I like it.
I don't expect all 4 to start each week, but
don't need it.
Hopefully 2.
Yeah, just need the spike weeks. That's all that matters. They get 1 or they get 9. I mean, you're not using 9 very often. Sometimes you are, but a lot of it's created equal. You need the big boy weeks for sure. Spike weeks, all that matters.
Truth. And I don't even know. I don't think I have any other stack. I have Pitts. I could get Desmond Ridder late, and that'd be my last stack option. No, I guess Carr's there. If you guys want to let Carr fall, I'd probably end up taking him and then being done at quarterback, but I don't have to have him. You say most of your teams have 3 quarterbacks in drafters?
It really all depends on like I have Mahomes, so there's no chance that way. If I started with I probably would say most have 2 right now, I'd say, but maybe 60-40, 65-35, 2 to 3 is my guess.
Yeah, most of my drafts are 2 quarterbacks, but when you get those extra 2 rounds, I'm cool with throwing in a third, especially late, just throwing in one in the like a Trey Lance. I get him in the 19th or 20th a lot.
Trading, he goes if Kamara gets no suspension or 2 games. Problem most 4. Where do you rank him? He's still young and a beast when healthy. Yeah, so it's already ADP has already started to move up. It was in the low hundreds, and then news has been circulating. It could be even better for him, like you're talking about. He's now all the way down to 92. If you're saying he has 0 suspensions, I mean, he's got to be in the mid 70s for me. I still don't think now with Jamal in there, Miller, like I still hesitant that he gets over 65%. I still think they're going to rotate in multiple guys, but I mean, with his burst playing in the dome, upgrade at quarterback this year, probably in the mid 70s, low 70s is probably where I'd have him.
Yeah, I mean,
there's Justin Ross. Wow, they're all of that Big Ham, all of that all that training camp hype. 208 ADP, which just flew up, and Big Ham takes them from me at 158.
Damn.
It's all you, Ham. I was going to take him. Wasn't going to get him that early, though. So there you go.
Yeah, I would say if it's a 2 games, I'm cool in the 70s for Kamara. But if he's not getting suspended, he's going to be closer to the 50s, in my opinion.
50, yeah. Maybe that's even,
40s.
That could be right.
Probably around Mixon, something like that. All right. You know what? I'm gonna take Irv Smith, and then I'm cool having Pitts and Irv as my 2 tight ends. I don't have to force a third on this team. I was gonna get Carr, but I feel like I could still get Carr, and I might if you guys end up letting them fall. But I'm cool on this team just having 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends. I like these guys.
Yeah, I won't be taking them.
1471 build for title.
Yep. I think I'm going to go another receiver. Go Curtis Samuel. Now I'll go another running back. I'll go do I want? Chuba, do I want him? Multiple options right here. I'll go Chuba. Got Thielen. Get another Panther.
Yeah, I gotta take Derek Carr. Oof. What's that? Like 24 picks past ADP?
That he fell for sure.
I like it. Now I'm definitely done at quarterback. I would like if they had where you could do running back, wide receiver, and tight end, and just not have the quarterbacks on your list. But you can only look at one of the three. I would want to click all three, and or leave off quarterback. However,
on mobile you can. I didn't know you couldn't do that on. Yeah, I'm gonna double check to make sure I'm right, but yeah, I remember that.
I did do a mobile. My draft last night was mobile, but most of mine have been online.
Hamwich said he wouldn't have got him at 186. Yeah, probably not Hamwich. He's definitely flying up. Let's see this. Got to make sure I'm right because I thought clicking. No, maybe that's one thing they did change. You're right. They did. I was able to at least unless I'm going crazy, able to click all and then unselect quarterback, so it zoned in on tight end the other three. But yep, you can't.
Yeah, I would like to do that because sometimes I'll have two good quarterbacks, but then I'll get that other quarterback that falls 24 picks, and I'm like, I almost feel like I have to get this person, but I don't even want to see it. When I got two I'm good with, I don't even want to see any other quarterbacks.
That's funny. It makes sense though. Yeah, coming into the last couple rounds, still solid guys here. Get to the 19th and 20th. Ooh. They matter. They definitely matter. Deontay Foreman's of the world, Jerick McKinnon's of the world, Julio Rodriguez in baseball last year. It definitely matters, but it's gross on paper.
I never even noticed they had a chat before.
Sometimes I get notifications like this guy types in the chat and stuff like that. Yeah.
That could get fiery when you snipe some picks. All right, where? There we go. It was showing my name.
Here we go. We got Grant. Let's see his team. Oh, he recovered decent. Oh, that's why he did that. You were talking about the first six. Pretty fun to miss the first 8 rounds. Didn't get a notification the draft started. Just sit here, sitting and waiting. So that's why he did that. It's no one in this room at least. So we got a little donation to the prize pool right there. Butchie is watching.
Yeah, especially with a full point PPR. Yeah, I don't think I would ever want to start with that many running backs. Yeah. And if so, you just got it. You're done for sure. All right. What do I have? 3, 4, 6, 2. You know what? I'm gonna go with Hardman. Love the speed. He's a spike week type player. He's not gonna average 15 points a game, but he might have 3 games where he scores 25 plus. So
yep, absolutely. This is where I will finish my Carolina stacks. This team reminds me literally of my team last year. Only one of my QB1, only one pairing with Scantling, and then my stack number 2, Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard, Adam Thielen, Hayden Hurst. It's easier to get the secondary stack with because Carolina's so cheap compared to the Chiefs, even though there's plenty of cheap Chiefs. But when Hamwich is taking Ross 50 picks above ADP and stuff like that, it's a little tougher to get all the Chiefs.
Truth. And Mahomes spreads it out so much. So, I mean, you could be hitting a lot of these misses getting these Chiefs wide receivers, but they're going to have so many chances at touchdowns where I just want to throw them all in, and hopefully I get my combinations correct where a couple of them do go off, and I have teams that just blow up because of it, and they're going late. So if I got a Rashee Rice that crushes and I've been getting them in the 140s, then I'm looking good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see what Richie's working with here. 3-5-6-2. Got the Waddle with Tua. Brock. Oh, he's got the full San
So you got all
Francisco
the
stack.
stacks. Yeah.
And then you want Murray. Because, yep. All right. I dig it. I like it. Yeah, that's mostly what I look for. Is just correlation. Do you correlate here, here, here? All right. I like your team.
Yep.
Man, the only bad thing about being on the end is just waiting for all the picks, especially like when you're on the computer and you're like stuck here. But on my phone, I don't mind it. It's like, all right, I got 8 minutes to get something done. I'll hear my notification go off. So I love the notifications because it saves me every time.
Yeah, it's the slow drafts. It's constantly notifications. This one's ready. This one's ready.
Yeah, man, that gets rough. I don't know how you do it. I only have maybe 10 to 20 at most going at a time. So I couldn't even handle like 100 plus.
Yeah, you get used to it. Ham was says he's catching strays. You're not catching strays, Ham. You got a good squad. You just sniped one of my Chiefs guys I want. That's why I'm giving you some flack. Ham was shipped a lot of the money yesterday.
Oh, damn. You went with Gabe at 59. I feel like Gabe goes earlier and earlier every draft I do now. He's my highest owned wide receiver. So I'm glad I have my bags packed, but I feel like I'm not done. I still want more Gabe, and he's just not falling to me anymore.
Yeah. No, another good offense. People want exposure. I don't have too much Gabe without Josh Allen, like you said. It's just if he's there around ADP or a little after, but there's other guys a little ahead that I do prefer.
Yeah, when I have Allen, I'm fine reaching like 10 picks to get Gabe.
Kamara expected to be suspended. Just came out from Rap, so right on this show, right on cue.
So he is going to be suspended?
Yeah.
I don't know how long.
Yeah. Haven't seen anything after that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm hoping for 2 games personally.
Oh, yeah. 2 games would still be less than the 4 that was expected, which is where his ADP was expecting 4.
Yeah, and earlier, a couple months ago, they were thinking maybe it's going to be 8. He was going 120. So my bags are packed on Kamara. I think I'm double the field, 15, 16%.
Like, yeah, the talent's no doubt there. And going back 2 years, the week 17 stuff, he broke the slate. One, it was hers, like all the money, 5 touchdown game, whatever it was.
Man, that Taylor news is keeping me away from clicking that CEH button. I don't want to have 2 Chiefs running backs when Taylor's on the team. So I'll go for that.
I will admit, I'm really happy. I don't know if this ant guy.
That's true. He hadn't been stealing anybody so far, though.
Till he does.
Yeah.
Spiller. Okay. Yeah. So I'm really glad I said that. I did see it. Who knows if it's a landing spot, the CH pick is dead, but definitely going CH right here. Who do I want after CH is the question. Man, I have so much Kareem Hunt. Do I just keep going and just shoving all my I've been waiting to hear something on them.
Right. That's how I feel about all of them.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get Fournette there because I'm just overly exposed to him and I want to start slowing down, but I want him to get signed so that his ADP goes up a little bit so I can start slowing down.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to go Kareem again. I'm pot committed at this point. If he gets signed, I'll definitely beat it. I got burned on Will Fuller with all we talked about it. I had like 20-some% Fuller, so can't get worse than that.
Yeah, I feel you. I had to have been around that as well.
Man, it's just like Kareem, just knowing think he's like only 27 years old still explosive, can catch the ball to the backfield. Like, there's got to be teams out there. Someone goes down, something happens. Even before, it's like, get this guy on my team.
It's a recency bias, in my opinion. Like last year, at this time, people were saying he's a top 2-3 backup in the league. He could start on most teams. And now it's like, oh, nobody wants that guy. He's done.
Someone better pick him up. It'd be hurtful otherwise.
I mean, it might take an injury in camp for any of these guys to get signed, but I have a feeling they all go somewhere. There's a lot of backups in this league who aren't going to be able to block, and that's going to piss off their coaches. So get one of these vets in there who will, take a pay cut just to be on a good team. I think they'll go somewhere.
Deuce Vaughn, Richie Smalls. Hey, it sounds like Zeke's landing spot might be back in Dallas. We will see. It's where I'd want him to go. Yeah. Get the short yardage right back in what he's familiar with. But what's Hamwich saying? Justin Ross. Yeah, you draft him early. Let's see what Ham's working with. All right. A little weak at running back. Really, really strong at receiver. Good at quarterback. Good at tight end. So
last two picks,
some running backs to finish. Yeah, probably some running backs to finish off.
And I was thinking about getting Patterson, but I don't know that I want Patterson and Pitts. I'm not that much of a believer in the Falcons that I want to stack up multiple spots on that team like I do with the Chiefs or the Bills. I think this is the site to get a Patterson, a full point PPR. I like that more than Underdog. I don't have much of him on Underdog.
And the spike weeks you can get from Patterson too. He is explosive. He can break off some. He definitely will have plenty of weeks that he gets 0, 1, 2, something like that. But
yeah, and he could get traded. Maybe he goes to a Chiefs or something like that. I mean,
definitely
it'd probably be if McKinnon went down, they'd be more interested in him. But I feel like he'd be a McKinnon on steroids. Getting old enough.
Definitely can get traded. I mean, Algier there drafted. I mean, teams can use him in so many different ways. So last round, these names are gross.
Nice Philly stack. Oh, got the full Philly stack. I like it. Full Green Bay too. Ooh, 4 tight end build. I haven't done a whole lot of that yet.
I don't even know if I have any. If you wait so long at quarterback or at tight end, it does make sense in these 20 round.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I don't have much at all.
And who the heck do I want? That's my last pick. Nope, nobody really.
No, that's what I'm in the same boat right here. I have no clue what I want.
All right, I think I want. Actually, I know I want Tutu Atwell. I think, especially with my Stafford stack, I feel like he's a spike week guy. Maybe you only get 1 or 2 weeks, but I think he's the guy who get an 80-yard touchdown right out of the gates at 20th round pick. I'm cool with that.
I have legit 0 clue who I want.
Let's see. 2782.
Like Josh Reynolds. I mean, oh gosh.
I don't think I have Josh Reynolds on any team without Goff.
I don't think I do either. But I think he's going to get, I guess, the share right there. That shows the 20th pick. Man, it is gross. There we go. Yeah, it's up. You want me to talk about my team right here?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So 2-7-9-2. I got Mahomes in the second round. Got Mark Andrews in the third round. So right there, actually it was vice versa. I was on the turn, but 24-25. So I guess Andrews 2, Mahomes 3. Right when I drafted them, I told myself probably only 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends. And one of those last rounds, like I was debating a little bit, Fant was taken right before me. Jimmy G was still on there. CJ Stroud was still on there. So I was considering them, but at the end of the day, if Andrews goes down or Mahomes goes down, this team's dust anyway. So how many weeks would I really use running backs? Yeah, I got 7 of them because I waited a little bit on running back Madison, but then I went Javonte. The big decision was P. Ryan. I was debating some other guys in that range too, but we talked about it a little bit on a site like this. Handcuffing. It's not necessarily even handcuffing because these guys on Denver, it's going to be 65-35, 70-30 maybe. And I think it shifts throughout the year. I think P. Ryan's going to start, maybe ease Javonte in. The later it goes, it's more Javonte. So I'm totally good. Plan on using one of them most weeks. Got my Carolina with Bryce Young right there, CEH with Mahomes. So yeah, 7 running backs there. They're not the strongest, but that's why I have 7. Jefferson, Drake London, Pittman, all these guys except Josh Reynolds are going to be on the field. Got Thielen with Bryce Young, got Scantling with Mahomes. Good with these receivers. And then Mark Andrews, and then got Hayden Hurts to pair with Bryce Young too. So yeah, 2-7-9-2, the exact build roster construction that I won with last year. Stud quarterback, stud tight end. I like my squad.
2-7-9-2. I like it. I like it. All right. In the 3-hole.
In the 3-hole, big Marley.
I started with Cup, even though he's got that hammy issue. He's who I have ranked 3rd, and I've just been going off my rankings for the most part in that first round. I like to get fallers later in the round, but these first 7-8 picks, I'm just going off my rankings. All right. And then after Cup, I took Olave and Allen when they fell in the 2 and the 3. I guess they didn't really fall too much, but I love starting 3 wide receivers, and then I start going with my running backs. That's why I have a lot of Madison and Walker, those guys. But here I got a Joe Mixon and a Pacheco at running back. I don't know that the talents are the greatest at this point, but I love the Chiefs and I love the Bengals. So that's really what I'm going after. Give me the starting running back on those teams. Dalvin Cook, the unknowns. I like it. Maybe he goes to the Chiefs. I mean, maybe he goes to the Jets and he's the guy until Breece Hall's ready to go. I like having him as my 3rd running back on a lot of teams. Harris I have on basically every team. Same thing with Fournette. Went with Evan Hull for the Jonathan Taylor news. If we trade away Jonathan Taylor, if he ends up sitting, I don't have enough Hull. So I'm starting to get him now when he falls to the 18th through the 20th rounds. I love having Herbert stacked with any of his wide receivers. I got him with Allen and Johnston in this one. Since I got Cup with my first pick, I tried to stack up the Rams late. I got Stafford. I also went with Van Jefferson. I missed out on Higbee. That's why I went with Jefferson. But then I also threw in Atwell. So I feel like I have one guy every single week from the Rams as long as Stafford is good to go. But I love my receiving core. I got 2 solid rookies here. I got Hardman on a new team with a good quarterback again. Huge speed. Claypool, I don't understand why he's going so late. He's a spike week guy. I think best ball is the perfect place to get him. You don't want to predict the weeks that he's going to go off, but on best ball, you don't have to. You just throw him in your lineup and forget about it. So I like Claypool in these last couple rounds. And then I felt good enough about my tight ends where I'm cool leaving this draft with 2, Pitts and Irv Smith. Both of them are a little bit risky, but we're drafting as if we're right. So if they're good players, I don't need a 3rd.
Yeah, no, I like your squad. I agree.
I dig that one too. I like it more than the one I think that I did last week on the show.
Let's go Richie Smalls. I'll talk about Richie. First one on Underdog. He got on Drafters. So 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends. Yeah, I like it though because you loaded up on receiver early. So you got Tua, Brock Purdy, Kyler. You got Tua with Jalen Waddle. You got Brock Purdy with Debo, Ayuk, and Elijah Mitchell. Love that. Kyler Murray, you did get with Trey McBride, who you got late, and then Marquise Brown, Rondale Moore. So yeah, you went in on 3 offenses. You got Acne too with Tua. So a bunch of correlation there, like the roster construction, right? I would go 3 tight ends if my first one was Dulcich, 3 quarterbacks, 2 of them were late, 6 running backs, 8 receivers. Your receivers absolutely loaded. 6 running backs, pretty solid too. So good team, Richie Smalls.
Yeah, I like it. I would have done 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends with these builds. You just can't trust Purdy being there for all 17 weeks. So if I get a Purdy, I really like to get a 3rd. And I'm not against going Purdy and Lance and just hoping that you have the San Francisco quarterback locked up. But I want another good quarterback when I'm doing that. So having Tua, I'd have been fine with it. But you stacked up the Cardinals too. So you got 3 shots. I dig it.
Like
Who else
it.
we
You
looking
can
at?
talk next pick. Go to 8-hole right there. Trading in the metaverse. One left. Kelsey pick. Yeah, trading in the metaverse. He's in here. He said He said I have the worst wide receivers, so you
Let's see.
can touch on this team. You have
I don't
11
know
of
about
them
that,
at
man.
least.
I like these wide receivers. Let's see. So we got Burrow. Oh, he stole Burrow from the Chase and Higgins guy. Did we get any correlation here? I don't love Burrow unstacked. That's my thing, but he's a great freaking quarterback. So it's hard to go wrong with Burrow at all. Then we got Mac Jones. Mac Jones stacked with Devontae Parker, who I've been getting a lot lately. I have a decent amount on Underdog in the 18th round, and now he's starting to go a little bit higher. But he's still a guy who is projected to go in like the 16th, but you can still get him in the 18th in a lot of drafts. So that's what I've been doing, getting a lot of falling Devontae Parker. How do you feel about going in with just these two? Would you do a third quarterback?
No, I would have went in if I spent a 5th round pick on Burrow. I probably would have only went 2 quarterbacks too.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. I don't know if someone fell, if I had another stack option, like if you weren't going after Carolina and he got him, I'd have been fine getting a third. But Kelsey, on the other hand, I really don't care who his second one is. If you get Kelsey in the first round, he needs to be the guy. So I like that you only have 2 tight ends on this one. With Chubb in the second round, Jacobs, even though he's risky, we're getting him in the 30s now. So if he ends up playing a full season, I think we're getting a steal in the 30s. Khalil Herbert, I'm a little bit worried about the Bears running backs. I think all 3 of them, they'll get their snaps. But when they fall, that's when I'm interested in getting them. So I'm cool with that pick. I have a lot of Williams. If I'm missing out on Kamara, I want the running back for the Saints. So if Kamara's out 4 games, I feel like Williams is going to be the guy, especially if this rookie running back is missing time in training camp. That's not a good thing for the start of the season. The coaches just don't trust rookies that much right out of the gates. So I think Williams could be a full-time role, at least 4 games or whatever it's going to be. And if he shines, he'll probably get more of a workload than they were planning on.
Yeah.
And then you got Mostert. Same thing, man. I don't feel good about any of these Dolphins backs, and I would have preferred for him to fall. But I feel like the Dolphins running back, if there is a guy, I think they'll be okay. So I've just been mixing them all in. I'm not overweight to any of them, but I do have some Mostert shares. But, man, I'm big time on Jerry Jeudy, especially falling. He's not falling in many drafts anymore. So when you can get him at 41, I'm in almost every single time on that. Lockett is my second favorite wide receiver this year on the Seahawks, so I'm definitely cool with that. Cooks on a new team, a better team with a better quarterback. I'm all about Cooks. I'm all over the Saints this year. If I'm not getting Olave, I find myself getting Thomas if he's fallen to me. I've already mentioned I'm heavy on Kamara, so I'm cool with the Saints for sure. I like Thomas play. Nico's not a guy I'm on, but he's rising more than almost anybody else right now. So maybe go with all these other people who have a better idea than me, and I don't hate that play at all. But since you think you're bad at wide receiver, you went with 11 of them. I have no issues with this team at all.
Yeah. No, I don't think your receivers are as bad as you thought. And with 11 for sure, definitely.
Yeah, I would have even
bad.
not gone Zacchaeus here and gone another running back or something
I
like
probably
that.
would have done the same. But if you don't like your receivers, though, that's when you do take 11.
Exactly.
I'll talk about Hamwich's team, and then anyone else, if you're in here, you want it to be talked about, we'll talk about it. Otherwise, we'll get on out of here. But time for Hamwich, 3-6-8-3. He waited on quarterback, so he went 3 of them. I like that. And then at tight end, he went 3 as well. I don't think 3's bad by any means. 2 would have been, I think, would have been fine. 3 fine too. You get your Danny Dimes with Darren Waller, all the hype with Darren Waller. Same with Hodgins right there too. So you get your Giants stack. Looking at Detroit, you got Amra, paired him up with your tight end Laporta too. Get Gibbs there, awesome stuff. Sam Howell, I see you have Scary Terry and Dotson. So yeah, all 3 of them correlated there. Your running backs, we talked about it. Yeah, you only had 4 going to the last 2 picks. You took the last 2. If Gibbs has to be a stud, a little weaker at running back, but hey, McKinnon, Chandler, who knows if Madison goes down or something. Joshua Kelly, we talked about. You have guys that can step in and play in a big role. On paper, it's a little weaker. But yeah, I mean, Gibbs be a beast in all your other positions. Your receivers, as good as it gets right here, allocate a lot of early draft capital, 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends. If your running back show up, it'll be a good year for Hamwich. Beetlebane's in here too if you want to touch on his quick.
Okay, yeah.
6
And
spot.
on this one, yeah, just the week at running back, maybe I would have got rid of Henry, went another running back there. But yeah, definitely I like the team. Well, who do we say? Okay,
Beetlebane. I can talk about it quick. 2, 6, 10, 2. Gino and Russ. Yeah, I don't mind. So like this is where you asked me, like, do I have teams that like 3 quarterbacks? There's plenty of drafts I've left with like these 2 right there and only 2 quarterbacks. If you take a third, I don't think it's wrong. I think 2's fine too. Tight end for sure. Hawkinson, Fryermuth, you're good there. Eckler, Connor, Algier, Singletary, Gus, Samir. Yes, 6 running backs are fine. Your receiver is absolutely loaded. You took 10 of them, but I see 3 of them were your last 3 picks. So I like that because you started there early. With your Geno, you got Metcalf right there. With Russell Wilson, you got Sutton, you got Mims. So, yeah, that's a good squad. I like it. You use a lot of capital and receiver early, and I see 10 of them, so I look for a sec. But seeing 3 of them as your last 17, 18, or 18, 19, 20th round, I mean, I totally like that. You can get some spike weeks from your receiver position. So, I mean, only your second draft, too. Good stuff, Beetle.
Yeah, I got no issues with this. I definitely would have stopped at those 2 quarterbacks for sure. Stopping at those 2 tight ends, and you got both of them falling. Yeah, I like that team especially for a second team. Hell yeah, nice job.
Yeah, awesome stuff, everybody. We'll be doing these drafts. We're going to try and keep the same time. Finally, traveling's done in July, so unless something changes, we'll let everybody know. But 2 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays every single week leading up to the season, we'll be doing these live drafts. Hopefully more people can hop in them. Again, any questions you guys have. News will be hitting in training camp. Our rankings will be updated. Tomorrow they will be up on the site. We'll let everyone know, or they'll be updated on the site. We'll let everybody know in the Best Ball Discord. And Big Marley said he's going to do a lot of these slow drafts coming up on Drafters. So he'll take people in the fast drafts. Excuse me. Yeah, I do slow drafts, so I won't be tagging anybody. If you load up a slow draft, good chance you might see me in there. Fast drafts, Big Marley will be doing. He'll be tagging people if you want to hop in with him. If you're not a member at SHIPITNation.com, you want our rankings over here at Best Ball, you want access to the Discord, Marley and I will answer questions at any time. Baseball content, projections, stack rankings, hitter rankings, all that good stuff. NFL season right around the corner. Projections for that. Stack rankings, bunch of content for that as always. NBA season. It's a great time of year, man. A lot of money to be made. PGA, MMA as well. Head over to SHIPITNation.com. $59 a month, $599 a year. Comes out to like $49. Big Marley, any last words, man? NFL season's getting here.
No, I mean, I can't wait. My favorite time of year. Man, we get the best ball, and then when the sadness of best ball is being over, we get the actual games of NFL. So I love it. And then MMA goes year round, so I'm all about it.
Always something to get money on. Always stuff to make money, like we said. But yeah, head over Shipping Nation. Hit that like, hit that subscribe on the way out. Helps us out a ton. Good luck, everybody, in the draft streets. For Big Marley, I'm Titletown. Good luck, everybody.